Welcome back to another episode of Ball Knowledge Podcast. Today is a special one, ladies and gentlemen. We have got the wide receiver rankings, and for the first time, we are going to have our own separate rankings. Me and Kishen, we made our own. I haven't seen his yet. He hasn't seen mine yet. We are going to hear each other's for the first time, and we are going to debate them right here now. So, Kishen, let's start off. What is your top five?
So my top five is starting at number five. I have Matthew Golden.
All right.
Um,
Like that.
yeah, so I mean Matthew Golden. We know who Matthew Golden is. Obviously, very fast, very explosive. He has really good hands, and he had a really great season. Really great first season at Texas. You saw him transfer from University of Houston, where he didn't have anywhere close to that much production. Led the team with 987 yards and 9 touchdowns, which was not expected considering Isaiah Bond transferred to Texas, was supposed to be the wide receiver one, and Matthew
Poverty
Golden
player right there, bro.
and Matthew Golden came in and just blew the top off. The guy was clutch. I mean, clutch to say the least. He showed up in almost every big game except an injury kept him out for a little bit in that Ohio State game, but he was just super clutch, phenomenal player in my opinion. Matthew Golden, you could see him go in the first round, so I'm excited to see where he goes.
Yeah, well, I also have Matthew Golden as my fifth ranked receiver. So I like that we're starting off in some form of
Right,
agreement here. Yeah, my
right,
notes on him are he's just like great change of direction, like and
yeah,
speed. Like he's like obviously like known for his kick returning abilities too. And
yep,
that really helped him out. I think that he could get like a little stronger playing like downfield, and like he also has some like focus drops where he just like his hand timing just isn't on point.
sure,
But
sure, yeah.
yeah, I agree with that take. Matthew Golden at five.
All
Who
right, what's your number four?
My number four, give me my boy, Elic Ayumaner from Stanford. And I mean, this guy, I have personal bias because he has been the key to my Kennesaw State rebuild. I got out of the transfer portal, so I absolutely love this guy. And then obviously that Moss over Travis Hunter was pretty damn cool too, but like he's special in
Mhm.
my opinion for other reasons. Like he has
Cool, cool.
some of the best separation I've ever seen from a receiver, and like he has got like he's just a really good route runner, strong after the catch. He's pretty damn cool. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I had him as my number six, but my number four, in my opinion, is Emeka Egbuka.
All right,
I
that's my
mean,
three.
he was incredible this year. He had another 1,000 yard season, which is tied for best in school history, second to Marvin Harrison, obviously, tied with Marvin Harrison, and he had 1,011 yards, 10 touchdowns this year. Um, and he's the all-time receptions and receiving yards leader at Ohio State, actually. So the guy's just been at Ohio State for what seems like a long time. But comparing him to all the great receivers that have come out of Ohio State, obviously Chris Olave, Marvin Harrison, Garrett Wilson, all these guys, you put him in the same conversation. Like I think Emeka Egbuka will be great. He has so many great attributes. His speed off the charts, his size is pretty decent too. So, and one underrated part of his game is his special teams ability. So I think Emeka Egbuka will probably go in the first round. I really like him.
Yeah, I mean, I have him as my number three, so I think that he's obviously pretty damn good. I
Yeah.
think that like what limits him though is like his speed. Like I don't think he's the fastest guy by any stretch of the
Mhm.
imagination.
Fair. Yeah.
And but I also like love like I think he's like AJ Green like level, like he keeps his feet in bounds like
Hmm.
really well. Like he
Yeah.
even in college he would always attempt at least to go 2 feet in bounds.
Right.
And yeah, I thought that was really good. I think he's a really solid route runner. Like he finds
Hmm.
his way to get open. And also like with that baseball background, like he was a former outfielder. Like he has
Yeah.
elite ball tracking abilities.
Like Jackson Smith and Jigba a little bit. I know we all know his brother who's played for the Pirates, so definitely
Yeah.
it's a good multi-sport kind of family there. But I think baseball definitely helps out for sure with the tracking.
All right.
Let's
What's your
go into
number
our
three?
number three. Who's your number three?
Well, my three is Emeka Buka. So what's yours?
My three is Luther Burden.
Okay, so we're obviously who the heck in God's green earth are you forgetting,
I
bro?
think you missed somebody. We'll get to that though. Luther
Okay.
Burden, phenomenal receiver, phenomenal player, 5'11", 208. One thing that really sets him apart is his yards after catch. I
Oh
mean, the
yeah.
guy is just a complete dog yards after catch. In my opinion, I think a good player comp is probably Debo Samuel. Obviously Debo's at the end of his career, but in his prime, I could see Luther Burden being compared to him. They
Yeah,
both have
bro.
phenomenal yards after catch. So Luther Burden,
Remember
I think, is incredible.
remember
It'll
that
be interesting.
one remember that one clip where on TV about Kelvin Benjamin where it's like Kelvin Benjamin is one Popeye's biscuit away from being a tight end. Like I feel like that's just
Luther
where
Burden is for
Debo is
running
right
back.
now. Like
Oh,
Steve
Debo. Oh God.
no, did you
Yeah,
see
don't even get me started with Debo, man. Debo is just
did you see that? Like
Debo's.
I don't even remember what I think this might have been it was either at NFL Honors or something like that. And dude, that man like looks like El Gordo, bro. Like he
Yeah,
actually
he's big. He's
looks
big,
big as
dude.
hell.
Like I don't think any teams are going to want him now. Like he's like Eddie Lacy big. Like
Yeah, that's a
he's
good
he's
point.
big. He's big. All right.
All right.
So
Yeah, my number two is also Luther Burden. My number two is Luther Burden, not also my bad.
okay.
I think that he has spectacular body control. Like he makes the hard stuff look really easy.
Hmm.
And like he has elite speed and
Hmm.
great at tracking down balls. No diddy.
Pause.
And I also think though, like he's like a little unproven in like the deep range because
Right.
75% of his catches came from 10 yards or under.
Mhm.
And like he is like a little inconsistent sometimes with his route running. Like he gets a little
Right.
bit lazy.
And considering he didn't have an amazing quarterback, like when this guy got the ball, he'd produce. And like you could see him do that from the backfield even too. So it's really cool to see where Luther Burden will go. Now, number two, I have Travis Hunter.
No, 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 no. We are not, dude. He is literally not listed as a receiver, bro. You cannot put Travis Hunter here,
I
bro.
put Travis Hunter at my two. I
That's
mean,
not
come
all.
on, man. 1,285 yards and 14 touchdowns, which is a Colorado record on offense. Also,
Oh.
may I add, he won the Heisman for. So I think his receiving ability is incredible. I think
Okay.
Travis Hunter deserves to be at number two.
What
Um,
has every NFL analyst said about Travis Hunter going into the draft?
Okay, I mean
What are they viewing him
you
as?
could say that he's going to play corner, this, that, but pure wide receiver talent and ball skills, I have him as my two.
Pure wide receiver talent. He's not even top five.
I I think his ball skills are what sets him apart. I seriously do. I think Travis Hunter is too.
Kishen,
I
bro.
think that I think that he could go first overall, man. I just
Okay, let's just talk about this right now with ball skills. My number four receiver absolutely mossed the crap out of your number two receiver, bro. Like, let's just talk about that right there.
hey
So, if
man,
we want
we'll
to talk
see
about
how it
ball
all pans
skills,
out, but who knows? Whatever is natural to him will come. We'll see.
so I think then our consensus number one wide receiver is Tet McMillan.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Ted McMillan is just a phenomenal prospect, phenomenal player. 6'5", 212. He's got a huge frame. He's got a huge catch radius. So I think Ted McMillan is our guy. I mean, he's fast, he's strong, and I think one of the most improved things he's done this year is his broken tackles. He had 29 broken tackles, which was obviously less than Luther Burden, but the guy's been unstoppable. I mean, you throw a ball up, he's going to come down with it. So Tet McMillan is my number one, and I think that's pretty popular.
Yeah, I mean, with his 60% contested catch rate, I mean, he's obviously able to come down with those. Like, he has got an elite ability, like with that 6'5" frame,
Mhm.
Megatron
Yeah.
like frame. And yeah, the one thing though is I feel like some of those contested catches were unnecessary. Like with his vertical route running, like that's all he does. Like he's a
Mhm.
downhill route runner. Like he got himself like DBs could just guess what he was gonna do, and more than like other players on this list maybe. And that did cause the opportunity for them to get more contested catches. But I think that he is a phenomenal, exceptional player, and I think that if he can
Right.
like go a little more horizontal and like have his like hips be less tight, he
Mhm.
is going to be absolutely sensational.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting to see, obviously last year, first receiver off the board, Marvin Harrison didn't have an amazing year,
Oh,
but
he
I
sold
think,
my fantasy team, bro. I actually
yeah.
I despise
So
him.
so it'll be interesting to see how these guys pan out. Maybe you have a Brian Thomas in here, maybe you have, Malik Neighbors in here. So I think this is also a really good receiver class. I'm excited.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for another episode. Please remember to like and subscribe. We will be coming out tomorrow with the tight ends. And I think that we should have the same format. I think it will be another blind ranking.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you for watching.